Hello everybody and welcome to a new little series on my channel, which is going to be a series of 4, 5 or 6 short, I'm going to keep it short, videos about my Thrive program journey. Do we call it that? Do we call it a journey? I don't know. So I'm just going to get straight into it because I don't know what else to say, and otherwise I'm just going to babble for way too long. So I received this book, Cure Your Emetophobia and Thrive, last Wednesday afternoon. Today is Tuesday, so it has been about a week since I first started, and I was very cynical about it before. I'd read about it a couple of years ago and thought, I can't understand how a book can help me not be scared of being sick. So I just didn't bother. I just carried on and thought, you know what, I'm dealing with it. I'll just keep on dealing with it the way I am. But last week, when everything blew up and I spoke to the BBC and blah, 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 Rob Kelly, who wrote this book, who has spent years writing this to make it the best it can be, got in contact with me and said, no, I reckon with my help you'll be able to do it in a month. So I said, okay then, let's do it. So got the book and I had my first Skype session on Saturday and it's going well. I'm doing all the exercises. So far it's allowed me to understand why I think the way I do and what I need to change about my thinking to improve the way I feel. Immediately, I now understand how it's trying to help me. It's not just you read it and when you get to the end your brain clicks and it's all magic and you are suddenly not scared anymore. It's not about that. It's about changing different aspects of your thinking that will in turn lead you to not be scared of the thing you're scared of, which in my case is being sick. I immediately loved it because it made sense. I realised where I'm going wrong in my head. I realised why I feel the way I do, and for the first time saw how I might be able to change that, which is really exciting. So I'm on chapter 5, I'm reading chapter 5 tonight. So far we've talked about, let me find it, belief systems and how negative belief systems can hugely influence the way you feel, cognition, how your brain works, why you think the way you do, how thoughts influence you, locus of control, which I found out that I have an extremely external locus of control, which means that I believe things in the world happen to me and I have no control over it. And the half of this book is about realising how much control you do have and how much you can deal with things that you encounter. And self-esteem was the one I read last night. So as a result of those things, I am focusing on being more internal, which means changing my thoughts so that I know I'm influencing everything that happens and that things aren't just happening as a result of magic or fate, or I have to stop doing all the superstitious things that I do, which is really hard. It's just a habit, like saying touch wood and not walking over 3 drains and things like that. It's just a habit. I just do it. So I need to break those habits. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing. And another thing I'm doing as of last night is processing my positives, which is I've made a list of 10 positive things that have happened to me in the last week or so, and 5 times already today, and it is 2 o'clock. I have got the list out on my phone and gone through and looked at each one slowly, remembering how I felt at each of those positive moments. That's how you can boost your self-esteem, is what I've taken from it. So that's how far I've got. The only thing that's changed so far in myself is that I'm challenging my thoughts a lot more. Like if I'll have a thought, an anxious thought, doubting something, I know that I'm in control and I'll challenge it. And as much as I don't naturally feel like that yet, with practice I can see how I can come to rule out all of the negative and limiting thoughts. So yeah, it's making lots of sense. I'm enjoying reading it. It's really easy to read. The way it's written is like, it's not like a textbook. You don't have to concentrate really hard on all of the technical language and things like that. It's not like that. It's just a really easy read, which I have loved so far. So yes, that is my 1 week update. I'm going to keep going at it, keep processing my positives, keep thinking about being more internal, and yeah, that is my 1 week update. That is what happens in the first week of the Thrive programme. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week for week 2 update.